So today's video is going to be the patch notes on the first Fields of Mystery and major update. So I'm so excited. I did go through the patch notes in my stream yesterday, so I will link it down below. This is Fields of Mystery's first big update. So gonna go into the highlights of it. So there's a romanceable 6-heart events have been added. Reable mounts and mount-specific skill perks have been added. The upgrade Harden Barn quest must be finished in order to unlock the Mount questline. The Shooting Star Festival on Summer Day 28 has been added. To experience the date aspect of the festival, the Beautification Project quest must be completed. To invite a romanceable NPC, their heart level must be 4 hearts plus. 2 new home upgrades are now available. 21 new tier 4 skill perks have been added. A new special type of request board called Crown Requests have been added. New museum sets and rewards have been added for insects, archaeologically, and fish wings. Saturday market vendors, Loose, Var, and Mirror have new items in stock. This is so exciting. I love the Saturday market, so I'm so excited. 2 new monsters can be found in the mines. The Ascent Bat and Monk. I need to get to the mines in Field of Mystery because I'm quite behind. But to be honest, Fields of Mystery is an early access game, so there is technically no rush. It's in early access. So now we're going to look at some new gameplay features. Rowan level cap has been raised from 50 to 70 with new rewards to obtain. All skills can now be leveled up to level 45, unlocking 21 new tier 4 perks. 2. Archaeologically, 3 farming, 3 fishing, 3 ranching, 3 cooking, 3 woodcrafting, 1 blacksmith, 2 combat, 1 mining. Some notable highlights. Lost to history ritual chamber rooms can now spawn in the mines. These rooms contain new collectible items. The bell tolls unlocks the big bell item which calls in and out all animals on the farm when used. Farming sickle wood unlocked to use your sword to harvest crops quickly. Crafting deliberate debris farm debris will spawn 50% less often. 1 new tier 3 ranching skill perk has been added. Wind down the meal time for all meal recipes will be reduced by 10 minutes. Crown requests after achieving town rank Sapphire level 50 special requests. Board quests called Crown requests will begin appearing once a week. These request rewards more renown than regular requests. 25 new requests have been added to the request board. Monsters in the mines each have a rare chance of dropping new cosmetic items. Large barns and large crops will now become available to purchase at ranching level 40. Perks can now be earned disabled from the Dragon Shine menu. New default hairstyles have been added. A big stone has been added to the river in Narrows for easier travel on the mounts. Art. Hayden's farm now has animals roaming about. New animal cosmetics have been added to Hayden's shop and the chicken statue. Cottage garden decor furniture set has been added to the game. These items can be obtained as Rowan rewards between level 61 and 70. NPCs, you can now level up the NPC's heart to 6 hearts. New dialogue has been added for all NPCs. Sound an additional rainy day music track has been added. Updates for gameplay. Treasure rooms in the mines now spawn as intended. Chestnuts now visually level a shell behind when foraged. Preventing a foraging spots from being mistaken for dig sites. Fish now ignore collisions when they attacked to allure and will no longer be stopped by running into rocks or corner pieces of land. Fishing experience gain has been increased. Pond skater description has been updated to reflect that it can be found in all seasons. The rate of forage and bugs appearing in the mines have been increased. Controller button mapping clicking and the left stick has been remapped to summon the mount. The amount of Rowan earned per quest is now displayed in the pop-up upon quest completion and when accepting a quest. It is now easier to navigate the skill perks menu down to view locked perks. Furniture previews are no longer visible when swimming while holding furniture. There is now a pop-up confirmation when the players upgrades their house. The game font now supports additional Latin characters. The mushroom cut is now in the short hair category instead of medium hair. Small edits have been made to Jupiter's room, including making Dozzy's bed visible. Held items now appear above player's headgear. Accessories when the player is facing any direction. It is now possible to place objects on top of coral tables from the Tide furniture set. NPCs, Tabitha now sells additional recipes and seaweed at her shop. The general store now sells soy sauce. Sound to load the wind ambience volume on the summit. Gameplay. Chickpeas now regrow as per the seed description. Animals now produce products regularly without interrupting. It was previously possible to interrupt the product schedule by manually saving and loading the game. Crystal Caterpillar can now be found on both blizzards and snowy days. Animals no longer walk through the fence into the barns or onto the water when exiting the crops. Players can no longer obtain multiple legendary fish. Extra legendary fish in players' position will be removed. Placing items in the seed tablet box without hitting the offer button now pops items onto the ground instead of disappearing. Players can no longer duplicate items that are hold to use by dragging the menu toolbar slot while using them. Save and loading into the save file will no longer refresh daily quests. Rapidly skipping the bathhouse cutscene no longer traps the players in the bathhouse. The a day well spent stamina bonus can no longer be undone, any form of stamina restorer. Using the summon rain spell at 1:50 am no longer causes the following day to have clear weather. Players can no longer get stuck inside collision while swimming after diving in the dive spot that is close to a rock. Players can no longer get stuck between the rocks of the southern beach island. When switching the smaller resolution, the screen no longer goes black. Animals can no longer walk on cliffs when dismounting toys. Collapsing on the farm while placing furniture or sapling no longer causes the previous to display during the end of day cutscene. Learning the recipe for the mushroom store, wall floor barriers, mossy rugs, and crystal lamps of the caravan furniture set will not teach you the recipe for all colour variants. Fixed a bug with partially deleted preset outfits. Living off the land perk rates has been lowered to work as intended. New content added should be available by default. Use a controller to play and then switch back to mouse no longer renders the scroll bar and unscroll. Controls can no longer be rebound in such a way that it causes the player to lose the ability to reset control hits. Enter to confirm in name menus or permanently lose the ability to pick and place the items in storage. Throw no items now depth sorts correctly. Art and visuals. Holding a small animal while entering cutscenes or crafting sequence no longer causes animals to reappear in the player's hands after every subsequent cutscene. The lovely cottage table now can be rotated. Both variants, it's possible to place objects on top of the lovely cottage table. Furniture now depth sorts correctly when placed on top of furniture. Going to sleep while picking up an item no longer offsets the player's arms. Animal icons in UI now displays correctly. The weather crystal wall now displays correct icon for snowy and blizzard days. The large animal ball court toy no longer renders underneath rugs. Snow footprints no longer appear when walking in the bathhouse or mine's entry room. The wishing well and chicken statue now displays the correct winter spirit. The hawthorn sapling now appears in appropriate seasonal colours. The long piling carpenter's shop shadow now displays correctly. UI. Legendary fish now have museum donation icon new item pop-up. District icons for manual saves and auto saves in new load game menu have been restored. Giant Kofi fish now displays the correct icon. The colour of gold sun earrings now display correctly in the menu. The GIMP phone controller Steam Deck for plant grass starter now correct. Improved tool change the indicator. Item menus no longer spill over the quest UI turn in pop-up. Seal offering text no longer spills over. Fish tutorial pop-up no longer interferes with blacksmithing menu if players acquire their first rod by blacksmithing. The learner recipe pop-up longer appears while recipe scroll. Bundle items acquired when purchasing arms from Hayden Shot. The proper amount of teaser now visual substance rapidly clicking in and out skill. Perks menu no longer distorts menu the UIL. Elements behind the animal additional pop-ups no longer go bank.
A few moments later.
Now it's NPCs and quests. Market vendors inventory. Ration is now working as intended. The player now receives the correct letter from Adeline after her 4 heart event. Intating certain cutscenes. Reese's 2 heart event at the inn after 8 PM no longer causes players to get stuck. Bylaws 2 heart quest now rewards 200 as intended. Mary can no longer sell 2 bakery desserts case recipe at once. Barla can no longer sell 2 lemons at once. Vendors no longer say regular daytime dialogue when packing up. Updated speaker info to correct NPCs for specific dialogue. All doors now make the correct closing sound. Intating a conversation with an NPC while transitioning into a cutscene no longer causes a crash. Hay bale no longer causes the crash games. Placing furniture in specific spots that interferes with 2 unusual tree cutscenes on Spring 2 no longer causes crashes the game. Any furniture interfering with cutscenes will now be returned to item form and can be picked up after the cutscene ends. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.